Imagine waking up one morning and deciding that the gym, the diet apps, and the motivational Instagram quotes are all a waste of time. Instead, you lace up your sneakers, take one deep breath, and commit to running, non-stop, until you've burned exactly 20 pounds of body fat. No breaks, no excuses, no, I'll start again tomorrow. Just you, the open road, and a wildly dangerous plan that sounds like it came from a late-night bed. At first, it feels good. The air is cool, your legs are fresh, and you can almost hear your metabolism cheering you on. Within the first mile, you've burned about 100 calories. Congratulations, that's roughly one slice of bread gone. Only 69,900 calories left to go before you hit your goal. This is going to be fun. Your body works like a cruel accountant. 1 pound of fat equals roughly 3,500 calories. 20 pounds? That's 70,000 calories. On average, running burns about 100 calories per mile. Quick math, you'll need to run around 700 miles to reach your target. That's basically running from New York to Chicago and then, because you're a lunatic, turning around and running halfway back. Around mile 5, the honeymoon phase ends. Your breathing gets heavier, your calves tighten, and your stomach starts whispering threats about mutiny. You chug some water, but your body knows the truth. You're now dipping into glycogen stores, burning the quick access fuel your muscles hoard for emergencies. And you, my friend, are the emergency. By mile 10, your brain is starting to negotiate with you. What if we just lose 5 pounds? 5 is still a number. People like 5. But you push through, because quitting now would mean telling people your grand weight loss experiment ended in a brisk jog. Somewhere around mile 20, you hit the wall. This isn't a metaphor. It feels like running headfirst into a concrete block made of exhaustion, dehydration, and poor life choices. Your body starts to cannibalize muscle tissue for energy. Yes, you are losing weight, but congratulations, some of it is now your own biceps. Your knees are sending distress signals. The cartilage in your joints is compressing like an old mattress, each step grinding bone against bone. If your kneecaps could talk, they'd be filing for a divorce. Every tendon feels like a stretched-out rubber band that's one sprint away from snapping. And then there's the dehydration. You've been sweating for hours, losing not just water, but electrolytes, tiny minerals your body needs to keep your heart beating and your muscles firing. Without them, you're on a fast track to cramping, dizziness, and the kind of nausea that makes you question every life decision. But hey, good news. Somewhere around mile 200, your body officially switches to burning mostly fat for fuel. Bad news, you've also developed blisters the size of grapes, your toenails are hanging on by a thread, and your sports drink now tastes like sadness. Sleep becomes an issue. Even if you try to take micro naps along the way, your body refuses to shut down properly. Your cortisol levels, stress hormones, are through the roof, and your immune system is waving a tiny white flag. One random sneeze from a passing stranger could be your undoing. Mile 400, your legs are now unrecognizable, somewhere between overcooked pasta and wood planks. You've lost a noticeable amount of weight, yes, but also muscle tone, hydration, and the ability to smile without pain. You've become a calorie-burning zombie powered only by stubbornness and bad math. People start to notice you on the road, not in the, wow, that's inspiring way, in the, is that person okay? Should I call someone way? Children point, dogs look confused. You're a moving cautionary tale. The mental effects kick in. Your brain is low on glucose, so your thoughts start to wander into weird territory. What if you could just run backward to save energy? What if lying down still counted as cardio? Why do your arms feel like strangers? At miles 650, you're almost there. Just 50 more miles to burn off that magical 20 pounds. Your skin is pale, your lips are cracked, and your sweat smells faintly of ammonia, a sign your body is breaking down protein for fuel. Your muscles are screaming. Your organs are negotiating for early retirement. The final stretch is a blur of pain, dizziness, and sheer willpower. You cross that imaginary finish line with 20 pounds gone and a brand new appreciation for the human body's ability to survive extreme stupidity. And what's the result? You're lighter, sure, but also severely dehydrated, nutritionally depleted, and likely dealing with stress fractures, torn ligaments, and possibly rhabdomyolysis, a lovely condition where your muscle fibers break down and clog your kidneys. You'll spend weeks, maybe months recovering, if you recover fully at all. The irony? Most of the weight you lost in the first few days was water weight, which will come back the second you eat a normal meal. The fat loss? Real, but not worth the collateral damage. Your metabolism will slow down, your body will cling to every calorie it can, and you'll end up weaker, slower, and hungrier than when you started. So, could you run until you burned 20 pounds? Technically, yes. Should you? Absolutely not, unless your goal is to experience the human body's full range of failure states in record time. Final verdict? If you want to lose weight, stick to balanced training and nutrition. If you want to lose cartilage, sanity, and the respect of strangers, by all means, start running and don't stop. But remember, once your kneecaps file that divorce, there's no getting them back.